Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Stephanie, and this marks the second episode of Talking with Stephanie. Woo! Joking, talking with Steph. Today, I'm here with a special person in my life, and we're going to be talking about secondary school and the emotional turmoils and scarring of secondary school. I'm joking. Not all of it was scarring, but we're going to be talking about secondary school and life in secondary school and sharing our experience in secondary school and our opinions of secondary school looking back. Well, without further ado, here's Carla.
Hello, Stephanie. I don't know where to look, the camera or you. Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you finally. I know I said in my last podcast that Carla will be joining me at some point. We're doing this quarantine style, digital. So I'm going to start off with groups of people. You know, we had different groups of people in secondary school.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh, we did. We had like the popular girls, which like everyone had a crush on, and you know everyone wanted to, you know, get what I'm saying, like. And then you have like the funny people, the so-called class clowns, who always disrupted.
I feel like there's also two categories in that group, though. So the class clowns the class clowns that were actually funny, and the class clowns that tried to be funny but were actually
not funny. They were actually dead.
Yes.
That's so true.
One person especially comes to mind. Starts with
name names.
Starts with an M. Portuguese name. A boy. Do you know?
Are you talking about?
Why are you saying it?
Exposed.
I'm trying to remain here anonymous. It's okay. There's many in this world anyway.
Yeah. His name's Mark. I'm lying. Actually, I shouldn't say Mark because there's a Mark in our school.
And I just said
his name's Pedro. Actually, I shouldn't say that either.
I just said it was M and he's Portuguese. Why would a dude called Mark be Portuguese? Unless we changed it to English then. Because he could have been Marco and then we just changed it to Mark so it's more English.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very true. The point you made is very true. And then you have, speaking about Portuguese, we have the Portuguese group, which was kind of a group, I would think. Yeah, like Vanessa, Diogo, Patricia, who else?
But Patricia
that girl called Erica.
Patricia was popular one, and she just dives in to other groups because people want to be with her. And
yeah, people like her.
Yeah.
True. And then you had like people in the year above us that were also in the Portuguese group. I don't remember the names.
I don't know.
I
wasn't involved.
It wasn't a big group. It wasn't a big group, but it was like kind of like a group, I guess. Like, but yeah, and then we have who else? People with no group, like me. Actually, no, I lie. I was kind of in a group with Carla. A lovely female called Marcia, Eleanor, Asma. Do you remember Asma?
Yeah, we were called Neeks. Well, Asma wasn't really Neek. She was the quiet person.
Yeah.
So people didn't.
And Jade. Oh.
Yeah, people didn't have like ways. They couldn't dislike Asma. Asma isn't dislikable, so she wasn't really like.
Yeah.
People didn't talk bad about her, so she's not really Neek. But they were also the group.
Yeah.
You know,
like she didn't talk that much for people to have opinion on her. That's what
exactly.
It was.
She would
like,
keep it to us.
And when she did talk, it was just like funny or like, you know.
Yeah.
Just nice.
Jade as well.
Yeah. Remember when prom Jade got the award for quiet. I think most quiet or something like that.
I don't know.
You don't remember? Oh my gosh, she got an award. She got an award for being the most quiet.
all I remember was that I was a candidate for best dresser for some reason, and I didn't get it. So
Oh yeah. Who was best dressed? I forgot.
I don't remember. Why would I remember that? It's a sad memory for me.
Probably was, I don't know. Probably was something else.
Yeah, but
But
you know,
yeah. So
but going back to groups, do you
no, go
remember
on.
when you said about people that didn't have a group? I feel like would be those people that get along with everybody. So like you, Rashina,
Oh,
she's like popular, but she would also get along. I feel like okay, there's two
yeah.
popular.
She could talk to anyone.
Yeah, there's two popular categories as well. The ones that they think they're all that and they mock everybody else, and there's the other popular people that just really nice
Yeah.
to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like the second one. Second one is so nice. Like, even if he was called a neat, they'd be like, "Hi, Stephanie, how are you?
Yeah.
Let's talk. Like, how you doing?" You'd be
Mm.
like, "Why are you talking to me? I'm not in the popular group. Like, why are you talking to me?" But no, it's nice. But yeah, that's really good. What else? Okay, let's talk about how we met. I don't remember. I kind of remember, but not really.
Me neither. I don't.
Vaguely. Like, obviously, we was in the same class. We was in 7D, if you don't know. Like, 7D was a troublesome class. Like,
We were devils.
don't know how it survived.
Well, me and Stephanie were in the devils. The other people were. They're all
Yeah,
under control.
they weren't even devils. They just, oh gosh. You know, it's year 7. Everyone's trying to impress everyone. And, like, you know, show off their personality, I guess.
Yeah. I don't remember when I went to year 7, I wasn't prepared for all that. It just felt like I always, because in primary school, I always thought I wasn't going to live long. It's a stupid thing, but that, so.
Wow.
So when I went to secondary school,
That's deep.
I thought, when I went to secondary school, it wasn't for no reason at all, actually. I didn't feel anything. It was just, I don't know, it was just a thought that I wouldn't grow older. I thought I was Peter Pan or something. And when I went to secondary school,
Okay.
I thought I was going to stay there short term. So I wasn't ready for anything, you know. So I should have built myself like a character or something. I should have been nice, but I was just freaked out with everything. I don't know. And then rumors started going out and all that stuff. So I have no idea how I made any of my friends.
Oh my gosh.
I only remember Marcia because we were really friends from primary school. She introduced me to O'Neill. I don't know, she probably introduced me to other people too. I don't know how I got to be friends with you and Sheila. Probably we were like sitting in the same table. I know, it's because you know how our class was such a mess? Everybody else was, well, we were the only ones being quiet.
Yeah.
That's probably how we got together. That's probably it.
Oh yeah, we were the only sane people. We were the only like people that actually wanted to kind of learn, but also we could mess around, but we could also, you know, there's a time to switch on and actually learn.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to learn. I just like to follow the rules. I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, good times, good times.
Some.
Year 7 was just literally nothing. Literally, it was about nothing. Like I remember in year 7 when I don't know if they were play fighting or actual fighting. I don't know if I should say the names. I mean, it's not that deep. It's like flipping 8 years ago.
True.
But yeah, I remember when they were fighting. I don't know if they were fighting.
I don't remember that.
And then I think you. I don't know if you weren't in the lesson or it was the time where the douchebag and he put chewing gum in your hand, stuff like that, and you had to leave. But him and was like play fighting or actual fighting, and they like, you know those MacBooks that we used to have for like DT.
Yeah, I heard someone.
Lady,
I heard someone destroy them.
Was it like Squirrel or something? Yeah. Where were you? Were you in a different class or something?
I don't know, but I remember I wasn't in. Or maybe I was, but you know how I was all the way at the window, and they were like maybe on the other side of the room at the front. It was like one of the front rows, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think I saw it. I don't think I witnessed it. I don't know who it was. I just
they
know
were fighting or play fighting.
And the teacher wasn't there in the class at that time.
Actually,
Was she?
anyway.
Anyway.
Was it? I don't know. One of them, the class clown of the class, one of them, they were play fighting, and then they dropped the mat. Like one of them elbowed the MacBook, and I was like right behind. So me being me, I tried to like kind of cusp the back of it, but it was kind of, my reaction was too late. So by the time I got there, it had already just already smashed. Yes. And like people rated me for that, like rated me for like trying to save the laptop, the MacBook, but obviously you can't save it, it's gone. Like and I think they expected them to pay for it, but I don't think they paid for it. I think they had insurance on it, so it was alright.
Yeah, I don't even know if the teacher was there. She was quite passive, so even if she was there, it wouldn't make a difference.
I don't even think she was watching. She was just on the MacBook. You know, the MacBook on the desk. There was a desk, and then she was just on the MacBook. It's only when it smashed and you heard like everyone go, "Oh!" That's when she looked and was like, "What's going on?" And she saw it, and she's like, "Go to the principal's office or whatever. Go to the headmaster's office."
Why are you using such words? We say head teacher, Steph. We're not Americans.
Head teacher. I'm American.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Miss Tapper's office.
See, this is why I don't remember, because I don't remember the teacher making such a fuss. She was just calm about it. It's not even her MacBook. Maybe that's why. She's like, I don't care.
Maybe, yeah. She was so casual about it. She just saw it and was like, okay, you two just go to Miss Tapper's office, like, and then everyone was just like, they had to put like a kind of barrier so that people couldn't like hurt themselves and step on the glass and stuff.
I don't remember.
But that lesson was lit. That lesson was like sick. I was laughing. I was like, oh, I was right there. I was front row. Like, I'm always front row, whether that's fights, whether that's just, you know, like, just people arguing. Oh my god.
So was that the same day as when chewing gum was on my hair? Was that the same day?
So, you know.
Man, that was a bad day for everybody.
It was just a really bad day, yeah.
But a lot of fights that happened in our school was always due to play fighting. They would always play fighting, and then it gets real because one of them do it too much force, or they say something too deep. It's always been like that. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't know how you're happy to be behind it. Once I was behind, I was sitting right next to, I don't know if I should be using, I'm not going to use names, because, but there was a female M and then T boy, and he was getting on her nerves, and so she just like nearly strangled him. I think this was maths class. And she's taller than him.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, and I was like, there. If she didn't go to the wall to him, he was in a wall and he was pretending he wasn't struggling, but he was clearly struggling, and she was like really like doing it, and I was like, oh gosh, if they like changed, if he like pushed her, they wouldn't come to me, and I was like, no, I'm not getting into this. That was so scary. But it serves him right. He was annoying. Although he did save my skin once. Like in maths class, my phone started ringing.
Is it?
Yeah, and then this boy always plays with his phone. He would always make these weird sounds, like fire truck, for example, like ew, 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 stuff like that. So then when the teacher would be like, whose phone is it? Everybody would say, and then I just said his name, and I was gonna get him I was gonna keep him anonymous. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
So then no one said it was me, and then I got off the hook. But yeah, it wasn't like his phone got taken anything. It's just a warning. But
yeah, it was just like
I need to be careful with this. I'm trying to get everybody anonymous, but trying to keep everybody low key. But
I know. I'm just like, oh, what was it? Maybe I'll just bleep out the names. I'll bleep out the names.
Okay.
What else do I want to talk about? What about? Okay, let's talk about um PE. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
PE.
that's
Let's talk
all
about
about you because I have no comments. I would always have my PE. The only issue about it is that I always like to get changed in the toilet, but there weren't enough toilets
Yeah.
for that, and that was annoying. But yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, PE. I mean, we can talk about that. Like in terms of like before, like it for swimming example, like when we used to swim in the old gym and stuff, like it was so awkward, like changing in front of, even though we're all girls and stuff, people like, for example, in the PE, in when we used to do like when we did gymnastics and stuff and like trampolining and stuff, like people would just look at what you're wearing underneath your clothes, like if you had the bra or if you had some underwear that's like for popular people,
The
like
girls are
maybe
judgy.
somewhat inappropriate. Yeah, exactly. And you're just like, that's why I see why you use the toilets, because I didn't get
Yeah.
the toilets, but I had like a technique where I can like change my clothes and stuff. But in terms of that, yeah, like, and also like I feel like in secondary school you got some people that, like me, I wasn't, even though I wasn't like I don't know, even if I wasn't something, I was just still like insecure about people seeing me
Yeah.
in my underwear and stuff. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Why didn't they have more changing rooms? They just had hooks. Like,
Yeah, and
what is that gonna do for my coverage?
some people even went to the showers. I mean, I think there was a girl called with a C. She's Brazilian, and she went to the shower and she got wet because the
Oh
showers
yeah,
they
yeah.
kind of
Yeah, they
so
automatic.
that was terrible. Yeah.
Oh.
And remember when we had to get changed for swimming, a lot of us used our towels to help us out. So
Yeah.
we had to
Yeah,
like help each other sometimes and whatnot. I just didn't like
yeah.
swim
Oh
just
my
because of the
god.
teacher. The teacher was annoying. She's a woman herself.
Yeah.
She's a woman
'Cause I
herself, but
remember
she didn't
like,
act like one.
yeah. Wait, who was it again? It with the J.
Yeah.
Was it Miss Johnson?
Yeah. Just say her name. Don't care
Yeah,
about
fuck it,
her.
Miss Johnson. Oh my god. But yeah, it was Miss Johnson.
She was.
I remember that.
Ugh.
She was,
Especially towards
yeah.
our friend Well, your friend
Oh, you're talking about Eleanor.
No, M.
Oh no.
M. I really think that.
Oh.
Yeah, when she talked about having
Was she
her
rude?
period. Yeah, when she talked about having her period.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I remember.
she was so
They
rude
all
about
had
it.
like, she made it out like women don't hit puberty, like we never will hit puberty, and like people had to take off PE or had to take off swimming because they can't get into the pool when they're on their cycle. Like that thing, I just thought that was the dumbest thing in the whole world. Like I'm not doing PE if that's gonna be, like, no, not me.
I was just especially more really like shocked that she would say it out loud, like when the child
in front of everyone.
when the student specifically went to you to talk to private and have it, you don't have to announce to the whole world.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have a lot of experience because you're an old lady now, so for you it's normal, but we're new into this, and you gotta like be careful of our like feelings. It kind of scars us.
Feelings,
It's just okay. We're all girls, but still.
People are still like bitchy and like
Yeah,
talk about, oh
exactly.
look, she's on her period, like, oh, that's so embarrassing. Because at the time, let's be real, it's embarrassing. Now you can be like, oh, I'm on my period, I can't go out today. But back then, like you said, like it's new. Like they would say like, oh, when you're in your period, you turn into this woman, all that stuff. So it's just like.
And even though the girls weren't bitchy about it, because everybody's got periods, it's not something to cuss much about. But like, it's still something that you find embarrassing. You don't want to share it with anybody. You don't have to want to share it just because other people will talk bad about it. Even when they won't, you still don't want to share it. It's your secret. You don't need to be like, hey guys, I got my period. And that place echoes. That place echoes. And the boys,
oh my gosh, yes,
the boys passing could just hear it, and then they are the ones that are judgy. They're like, ugh.
Yeah, because they're always
the...
watching as like every time we do PE, they're always watching, where they're just like, we're just there like, ooh, ooh, and like vulnerable and that.
I hated that. I had to cover myself all the time when they pass. It was embarrassing.
But yeah, I mean, PE for the most part was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't really bring my PE kit, but that's only because in like year 7, 8, when I did actually hit puberty, I used to love football and I loved all those sports, and I would play with the boys because that's what I used to do in primary school. I used to play with the boys and the men in some cases. You think they're better than me, and I still tackle them and all that. So at that time, because my dad, he said that I can't play football anymore.
Aww.
Football was the one thing that I really loved. Like, I loved football. I loved, So I was like, okay, I can't play football. I'm not bringing my PE kit. What's the point? What's the point of enjoying physical activities if I can't enjoy the one I love the most and play with the boys and stuff just because I hit puberty? But then as I grew older, I'm realizing like there are female footballers, so what was he kind of talking about?
Bend it like Beckham. Bend it like
but
Beckham.
At the time you have to like listen to your parents, so
yeah.
it's just like, okay. And then I just didn't play football, and now I don't do any exercise. I am just lazy.
This is good
exercise I probably do.
Yeah, this is a good lesson for parents. And by the way, I didn't really like PE just because I didn't like that they would always put us in groups, and people don't really like me in their groups. And so every time I would do good, they would be like, oh, and they would like hype me up. So then sometimes they were nice to me, other times they were not. They had mood swings. It was weird. And I didn't really like to
they were weird.
Yeah, I didn't really like to run much because my boobs started growing and I didn't like them like jumbling up and down. That's why I stopped running and stuff, which is sad. And I only liked
especially rounders as well.
Yeah. I only liked PE when we had badminton. When we had to do badminton. That's the only time I liked it. It was like when we had the GCSEs, they didn't care anymore to give us proper lessons. So they just made us do whatever. So they just put all the badminton thing and we would just do that the whole day. Oh, those good times.
Yeah, because some people actually took PE GCSE and then the others
really
just did whatever.
What?
Yeah, some people did GCSE PE.
Oh, I think I kind of remember we had some sort of certain results and stuff, but I don't know if that was the GCSEs.
Because that's why some people were in terms of PE, some people were A band, B band, C group. Like,
I didn't know
we had groups for PE in year 11.
Oh, I don't remember that.
We had people. We had different groups.
I don't remember that.
I didn't do GCSE physical education anyway. I was into like that.
So I didn't even know that was an option. Like,
I mean, I think it was an option only for some people. Like, you know how for the A band and B band, like we didn't get to choose GCSE drama or like it had to be like business or art or triple science or maths or
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, that is true.
Okay.
Even when we finished our English exams, they didn't give us an option. Instead, they're just like, okay, now you guys do film studies. Have fun. And the teacher didn't even know what she was doing, so it felt all like, oh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Some teachers are just, I don't know, they were something else. Like,
I mean, my English teacher was very good, but because she never taught film studies before, it was just chaos for her.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why she's the only teacher that didn't know what she was doing, but had a reason why she didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah.
I bet they just handed out to her like, you do English, so this must be
just
easy
take
for
it
you.
and try.
Poor
If
woman.
they fail, I mean, we just chucked it at them anyway. So
Yeah.
what does it matter?
Colleges won't look at film studies anyway. They will look at English and maths and science. So.
It was so like funny because I kind of begged my teacher for me to do film studies. I said I'll take it as an
Really?
extra, like with all the GCSE stuff on it. I was like, I'll take it as extra. I'll do it, and I think I got like a B or a B plus or something.
I don't remember
Like
what I got.
Yeah, so I was just like, now I can use this for my college application for Westminster King's.
Aww.
But nah, I was so happy. I was just like, look what I did, Mom.
I just really found
Mom,
it.
I did this.
I just really found it annoying though, film studies, because when we were trying to get poster for a film, the teacher said we couldn't use pictures that are already used. So I had to take pictures of like Jenny and Abubakar doing some weird up poses and some bad lighting, and it's just terrible. I really wanted to just use I wanted to use actors' faces and stuff like I think I still have those images. Like I had
but that's
vision.
The thing, yeah. With our one, yeah. With that one, with our one, when you said that, I was like, but I used pictures from the internet to do my, like when we was doing an article or something, I used Will Smith and Jaden Smith for my article. So I was like, what?
Oh yeah, the article I remember. It was like, it had like all these pages, and certain computers didn't even have that program in them, so it wouldn't open up for me.
Yeah.
Good times. But yeah,
those computers.
it was sad though. I don't know. I thought that was just maybe her that she didn't want us to use something of the internet just in case. It's weird. Anyway, moving on.
Maybe you get more marks. Moving on. What else? Going back to groups, actually. How I think about our groups and like everyone in secondary school and compared to then and like the situations that I was in, I'm just like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, like why did I even listen to these people? Like they don't mean shit at the end of like when I hit college and I enjoyed college, I was like, why the hell was I so concerned with these people? Like they didn't mean any like. I don't know if they're watching this, but like they didn't mean anything to me. Like the only people that meant something to me was you, Eleanor, Asma, Jade, Marcia. You know that group. That group should have been enough. I don't know why I thought like them commenting on like just chatting shit to me was like, you know, just take it. Like I should have it. If I was looking back, if I was me now, I wouldn't have it. I really wouldn't have it.
Yeah. I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful to you and Mabinti as well, because you guys were both the ones that stood with me, even though everybody was like, no. Yeah.
People are cool. That was like the same with Eleanor as well. People were just like, oh, don't be Eleanor's friend. Like, you know, no one likes her. She has, because at the time she had really anger issues. So she's like, oh, Eleanor flipped the table. You shouldn't be friends with her. Blah blah blah. It was so funny. Like she just looks so funny. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like there's a guy called. He used to have a crush on her in year 8, and like when in the later years, he was like, no, I didn't have a crush on Eleanor. Blah 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 blah. But you did. Like let's not front here. You had a crush on Eleanor. Like let's not get it twisted. Like all those people that said, "Oh, Eleanor's ugly," like people had a crush on her. It's like with you, people had a crush on you. So how? Yes, I'm talking to you, Carla. People had a crush on you. So how the hell is she ugly? Like I don't get it. I don't get how you could say that after
So you're saying that if people had a crush on Carla because she's the lowest, then people can have a crush on because she's more good looking than me. That's what it sounds like you're saying. If people can like Carla, then they can like because Carla's nothing. But I get what you mean.
I'm just saying because I'm saying because people said you guys are like nerds and stuff, and like I shouldn't hang out with you. But yeah, older older people are having a crush on you. Like Eleanor, I don't know if she did this, but like all those people like they act like they didn't have a crush on the group. Like you guys, they did. So it's like you can't erase that. Like can't erase that. Like I don't.
Be careful. We had a lot of in our school. Let's not.
But
What are you talking about?
it's
I
fine.
know
I'm
who you're
gonna
talking
bleep out
about.
the
But,
names.
yeah.
It might be a bit long, but I'll bleep out the names. But yeah, I never understood that. Like, you guys would, tell me about your situations, and I'll just be listening there. I was basically living through you guys. Like, you guys' life was so entertaining. Mine was so boring. I was just
What?
living through you guys, like giving you advice and that, like, and what they call it, I was just like the advice auntie. Like I was the auntie you go to for advice.
Oh god.
I mean, most of my advice was right. I would say, like the advice I gave you. Was it helpful?
I
don't
don't
know.
remember
I'm asking.
anything. I do remember the drama and whatnot.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's very vague.
I don't
Like,
remember.
but it's like in terms of clicks, I'm just like, who cares? Like, why did I care so much? But I guess like teenagers are impressionable, and you want to get along with everyone. But as you grow, you know that you don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember having some pressure of not being Jessica's friend, but I remember how, these people, they're like, you shouldn't be friends with them, and in your head, you're like, who are you to tell me what to do? It makes you feel so cool just to not do what they're saying. It's like, ugh.
And
my
also
life.
for the fact that you didn't even like me, so what does it matter? Like,
Exactly.
why am I listening to you if you didn't even like me in the first place?
Exactly.
Like, who are you? Who are you, blood? Who are you? You know, like that.
It's like when people try to be nice to you, just
You are irrelevant.
But yeah.
Oh gosh.
Moving on.
I could say one thing. I quite liked like music lessons when we had the whole music lessons and we had to learn the sax. Okay, your face is looking like you didn't enjoy that.
It was alright, but
I
would
like
rather
music lessons.
I would rather have done the piano or the guitar, but the trumpet was just a no. It's crap.
Oh my gosh, do you remember your picture being up on the thing?
I remember.
I was so proud. I was like, oh my gosh, Carla's on the school thingy. I was like, oh.
I remember like a supply teacher came to the school and then she saw me like maybe in a corridor or something and then she asked me, are you the girl in the reception in the office?
Oh my gosh, Carla was famous before her time. Carla's famous.
Oh my gosh. But people looking at that, they might think, oh, she's probably good at, she's got experience. And then if I ever do a show of like, boo, 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 be the same note, the whole thing. I mean, we did have a show. We did have a show where I think we played. I think I have that video somewhere.
Yeah, we had a performance. Oh my gosh, you should look for it. I would love to see that. Yeah. I remember playing the saxophone and I was really good at it. And I was the only one concentrating like on how to play. Everyone else was just like faffing about, like just faffing. I was just like, he was like, you're really good, Stephanie. You should buy yourself a saxophone. And I'm like, saxophones are expensive. I don't think I could afford a saxophone. But thank you.
Couldn't you rent one?
I think I still have the like. Oh yeah, I could. I think I still have the mouthpiece somewhere in my room.
You kept it?
Yeah, I was so proud. I was like, I liked music at the time.
So did you steal it?
I liked film. I mean, no one else was gonna use it because it was my personal one. Like, it had my saliva on it and all that stuff.
They could have cleaned it, with a thingy, but okay.
It was wood.
Yeah, but they still could clean it.
Wooden.
It's like the wooden spoons we used to cooking. As long as you get the right, the right back, the right cleaning, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But yeah. The only thing I
Is there
remember.
anything you want to talk about?
The only thing I
secondary?
remember about music class is when the teacher is when one of the girls were like was like spraying something, and then the teacher was like, "Don't do that. It's bad for the environment and stuff like that." She was getting like really riled up about her using this certain spray in a class, and then she swore. She was like,
Oh
"This
wow.
something shit," and then she was like this,
Oh my god.
and everybody like us, we were like, the others like, "Ooh, teacher swore." Good thing though is that
Oh no.
I know those music teachers weren't really from our school. They were like outside kind
Oh
of
yeah, they
thing.
just came in.
Yeah, just for the music,
Yeah,
just for the
yeah.
music
They
lessons.
just came in.
And I don't think anybody told her off because she was still there the next day, so it was fine. Oh, it was just, oh, that was funny. Yeah, you can move on now.
But yeah, I was saying, is there is there anything you want to talk about, secondary school wise? Because
Oh, is the list gone?
no, I got a
Oh.
few.
No, you could talk about them then.
I still got what else have I got? I got hating English and art.
You could talk about
Like I
that.
hated English and art.
You could say about okay, Stephanie, what subjects did you dislike the most and why?
English sucked. But no, I'm flipping British and I hated English so much. I hated Mice and Men. I hated that is it I was about to say Ant Farm, like the show, the Disney show. Animal Farm, like I hated that.
Why
and like
did you hate it?
The question that I got in the exam was just bullshit because we weren't even taught what the question. I can't remember the question, but it was all I remember is the feeling of this is bullshit. Like I was just like fucking hell. What is? Sorry. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, what am I? What am I? What am I doing? Like, because I knew that I knew that I failed the English test because I was just like.
Was that your retake one or was that the first? Because we had two goes. Everybody had two goes, right?
I think it was.
And they didn't tell us what grade we had. They just told us all to retake it.
I don't know. I think it was the retake, or it might have been the first one. Actually, it might have been the first one. I don't remember, but all I remember is just like this sucks. Like this is shit. Why am I here? I'm just looking around at people writing, and it was in the big hall, like the big hall.
The gym.
And I was just looking at people writing there.
The
gym.
Yeah?
And I was just looking at people writing, and I was just like, fucking hell. It's like with geography, yeah. It's like with geography. As soon as that exam was over, I phoned my dad, and I was just like, I know I messed up this exam. Like, if I get a D on this exam, then I'm telling you now, I've got a D or E or something, because I think I got an E actually, because like geography was just shit. Geography was trash. Like, you got people in history, they went to, I don't even know where they went, Belgium or something, and we didn't even go anywhere.
So we did have history in our school.
Yeah, we had history.
Because I remember once they told us we can choose between French and Spanish, geography or history. But they all just gave us whatever they wanted, because I wanted French and I wanted history, and I got none of that, and everybody around me also had the same, like they didn't get to choose anything.
I think it was first come first serve.
What? But they all told us to vote at the same, like they all gave us a sheet of paper and we just ticked whatever and then just gave it to them, and then
I don't know.
Anyway.
I have no clue, honestly. Like, the system, the system.
And
just,
okay,
I don't know.
why did you?
Because I wanted to do media studies, but I got art instead, and I hated art because of the teachers. The teachers.
They had media studies.
I like maybe two. Yeah, they had media studies.
I didn't know that. I don't remember. Maybe
they had media studies.
Why did you hate art then?
Because of the teachers, isn't it? Because of the teachers, isn't
Who did
it?
who did
Why
you
else?
have? Who did you have? You had that lady, white with hair like this, brown hair, right? And you had
I
that.
think her name was like Miss McDonald or
I
something.
don't. I wouldn't
Miss
remember her name.
Miss McAtee or something like that. I don't know.
You had that class
She
where
is
it
a
was
bitch.
big, right? You had that class where it's right on top like our logo, our school logo outside. That makes sense. Like
I don't remember.
so
All I remember
so
it was
from
like on the right. For where your class was,
yeah.
it was like on the right.
We were inside the buildings like we could see outside where we would hang out outside, but you guys you could see from outside like shops and stuff.
Like the back of it.
Yeah, you could see like shops.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could see like
Yeah.
okay. You could see the bus stop from the front.
I think so, yeah. But yeah, no. Teachers were shit. There was a good teacher, but she left. I mean, I even though I was angry at that teacher that I thought she was shit, I still like see her bluntness of today. Like I'm like I look back and I'm like she was blunt as hell, but I get I guess I get why she was blunt. But then at the time I didn't because she was just like criticizing everyone's work, like everyone.
Who are you
She was
talking
like,
about?
"Oh, this is rubbish."
The macaron, Miss
Macaroon, yeah.
Okay, macaroon. Oh, I thought you were talking about another teacher. Yeah.
No.
And what
yeah.
subjects did you like and why?
Oh, is this an interview? I'm joking.
But I'm next. I'll be next.
Like I said, I liked music. I liked maths. I loved maths. Even though everybody hates maths, I loved maths. I had a sick teacher. It was fun, but we also got work. They forced me to do statistics, and I knew I was failing that one, so there was no sweat off my forehead, you know.
We had music for a short time, so
yeah, I know.
We didn't have
else?
much time on that. Film studies.
What else was good? Film studies were good, but I wasn't in lessons for that. I just did it. I just got the unit thing, like the description or whatever, and then I just did all the stuff that needed to be done on that.
By yourself?
Yeah. That's how dedicated I was. That's how dedicated I was to it. That's how dedicated I was. I actually wanted to get that GCSE. I really wanted to get that GCSE. So I was just like, she's like, if you can do it and still study, then be my guest. And I was like, this is easy.
Do you remember when we had technology? I remember that everything we did, we never finished anything. That's all I remember. We were doing like a puppet about this car thing. And we also made a puzzle. I still have my puzzle, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Do you remember ICT? I remember nothing. It's like we never had ICT lessons.
I wanted to do...
Oh, wait. I remember we did a website.
Yeah, ICT.
And I did my website about Demi. Demi Lovato.
I forgot about ICT. Oh, cool. Do you still have it? Or like the website, I mean?
No. But I remember making it. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, ICT in the summer.
Okay,
was it the summer? Well, the hot times was so nice. Because ICT, the room was so chill. Like, it was cool. Like, it was so nice. But no, go on. What was your favorite subjects or worst subjects?
I'll start with worst. My worst subjects was maths and geography and science. I forgot about science. Yeah, I hated it. Science. Maths was crap. The only reason I got to pass was because of Jenny. Thanks. And Asma. Thanks. Even though Asma wasn't in my class when we were doing the exams, but yeah. So the teachers were useless. And science, I don't know how I passed science. Oh, it was Miss Brown. Miss Brown and the last days of revision.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for those clubs after school. Everything she guessed was on the exams. It was weird. It was so weird.
Yeah.
And so that's why I passed, because maths, I had, so basically all my revision, the reason why I passed was because of 2 weeks of revision beforehand, or 1 week before the actual exam. So everything else I learnt all those years, 5 years of learning, was nothing. So science was just because of Miss
It's
Brown.
out the window.
Yeah, exactly. All that for nothing. And geography, I didn't like the teacher. I didn't like what the subjects they were. It was nothing. I wanted us to learn about countries, not about waves and crap. And in an exam,
Yeah.
he was
Oh my gosh,
helping.
Mrs.
He was
Leeds was such
helping
a
the
favourite.
smart ones. He was helping the smart ones because that he knew they would get the grades, and then he just left us the crappy ones just to, you know.
Oh my
I
gosh,
know
I
I got
remember we
worse
was in
than
the
E.
exam and you and me was at the back. I remember the exam and you and me were
I
at
was
the
nearly
back
crying.
and we was just like looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like trying to signal each other.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I was so jealous of because she got extra time. I don't know how she managed to get extra time, but they allowed her to have extra time on the exams. But yeah, taking that out, I loved English. English was really good. I really loved it because you could just manipulate the question as you wanted, and like all you need to know is just like highlight. The only issue I had was remembering things because I had notes before the exam and I just needed to remember all those things. But that was the same issue with all the exams actually, for maths and science, like, you know, how to do certain stuff. Also, I loved art, and I cheated on art because you know you had to write like a conclusion of your work or something at the end, and you had to write it as you're doing the exam. But I wrote it beforehand, and I had it on a paper, and I just wrote. I was copying down everything.
Cheat.
Oh gosh, that was fun times. But I was really weak. I was really weak in art. I had to do collages because I couldn't draw for shit. Do you remember when I had to ask you for help drawing a shoe for me? I needed you to draw me like a high heel shoe or something. I asked you and Eleanor or something. A lot of my work, actually,
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I would like to officially thank Stephanie, Eleanor, and Sheila, if I'm not mistaken, because majority of my workbook of drawings was all their work. I did nothing.
A collaborative. We're collabing before YouTube collabs or Soundcloud collabs.
Yeah, and what else? Film studies was good. Film studies was good. Spanish was good, except my oral exam, I accidentally used Portuguese words, but it's okay. The teacher was like, you know how they only record our voice? So he was like he was doing faces for me. He was like, like voicing it for me. I'm like, I was like, oh, sorry. That was funny. What else? What else did we have? I didn't do PE. We didn't do ICT. We didn't do technology for GCSEs. I did Portuguese, which was a bit crappy. I should have gotten a better grade, but you know when you never study, it's just whatever. Actually, I think I got a good grade in Portuguese because they set the what's it called? They set the mark low.
They lowered the boundary.
Yeah, because they thought, you know, how are we gonna do that properly if we don't even like write in Portuguese in our daily life? So they had low expectations from us, so that's why we got good grades. Which I'm not complaining. I was really happy about that. What else? Yeah, art was good. Maths was science was English was.
What other subjects?
Yes. All the best. I think I'm not sure if it's because I was already.
I think that was it, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because I'm interested in English already, but all the good teachers I've had was only in English. I only had one good teacher in science, Miss Brown, but that was only in year 8, and then we only had her for revision afterwards. And maths, I never had a good teacher. I never had a
Yeah.
good teacher for maths.
I remember you telling me.
Yeah. Science. I already said art. Yeah, it was good. It wasn't the teacher's fault. I'm just not that talented in drawing and stuff. And she would always complain about I needed to do tones and whatnot. I don't know, man. This is browner than that one. This
Tones
is
and
darker than that
shading
one. Yeah, that. Ugh.
and like how you needed a HB pencil and like a two pencil, number 2
Ugh.
pencil and all that stuff.
Yeah. So when I started to do I just started to do collages, and that's how I got good grades because of my collages and my other creativity side. So I just gave up on drawing. Drawing is just not for me. I'd rather do other stuff like patterns and sticking and stuff like that. I should show my YouTube channel one day my art book. Although it's not that impressive, but I'm very proud of it. Yeah.
You know, I never
that's
even
it.
collected my art book. It's probably in the trash.
Yeah. Even Sheila's probably in the trash too. Oh no, I went with someone to collect it. Was it with Marcia, Eleanor, or Sheila? No, it was a Sheila actually. Me and Sheila, we
I
went
think
to
with
get our art
Sheila.
stuff.
Yeah.
We planned it so because we didn't want our things to go to trash. And I kept on telling you to go get it, and then you're like, yeah.
I know, but I live so far away. I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Like, I live far. I couldn't be bothered to do it. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's not my work anyway.
Oh, God.
Don't you feel sad though? Like, oh, you could
No.
look back on it.
No. Secondary school was
That's good.
a emotional roller coaster that I don't want to remember. Like even talking about secondary school with you, it brings back good memories, but also like ignoring the bad ones, kind of,
Really.
to a certain extent. Like, those bad ones, those bad days, and
Yeah.
I hate seeing you guys be tormented by a bunch of pagan bitches who don't mean shit. Like,
Gosh.
obviously at the time they meant shit to other people, but they didn't mean anything. And I would hate that. I would hate seeing that. And I also hate not being in the same class as you guys, so I can't help defend you guys. Like, when people would chat shit about you guys, I could only hear and be like, oh, if I was there, but I really I couldn't be there. That hurt me kind of. Even though it's you experiencing it, obviously, so you feel bad, like worse, but like as a friend, as you guys' best friend, I was just like, I felt so bad. Like I couldn't even help.
Aww.
I couldn't even tell them to shut the fuck up. Like I wasn't there.
Well, it's okay. I felt sad that you weren't there too because, I mean, it's not when you left, when you changed class. I didn't actually, I don't remember feeling sad, but because we got closer, like more in year 9. Yeah, year 9. Don't remember. Just remember that. Yeah, that's when it was like, oh, we could have been all in the same class. I remember there's
That's okay.
some evil people started being nicer to me. So like, she wasn't really that rude to me before, but she didn't like me. But in year 10 and year 11, she started like every time she would look at me, I would be doing something weird, and then she would just laugh, and then she's like, "You're weird," but like the way she said it, it was like in a good way. So like that, and for example, and the only person that bullied me that said sorry was a Patrick. Do you remember Pat? Well, we had like 3 Patricks.
Wait, was it the slim Patrick or the fat one? Actually, I shouldn't say fat.
The bigger
slim
one.
Patrick or the thin, or the
bigger one.
thick Patrick.
The bigger one. I'll just use bigger one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was. Nice.
He said sorry.
But yeah,
to me.
no, I remember when No, but that's nice. I remember when had a fight with, and like
Ugh.
they had to bring out a wheelchair and drag her into the school, like to get checked in the nursing room. I remember that. That was deep.
Yikes.
That was so
I
deep.
don't remember that.
And it was so random as well. Like they were all joking, and then I don't know if Sabrin embarrassed her, and she's like, "What?" And I don't know if I can't remember if she like pulled her headscarf off and then like just punched her in the face, and then she like dropped on the floor, and everyone was like circled around. Obviously, like I'm in the front row, like what the hell's going on? But I remember everyone was crowding around her like someone had died, and they just wheeled her into the build. Yeah, it was that deep. Like people just like it looked like she had just like someone had just died. Like you know in the shows where everyone's circled around the dead body.
Oh god.
It was like that, but obviously she didn't die because you know. But it was just so deep. It wasn't even that deep, but it was deep when everyone started circling.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Experiences.
Did you ever get good newsletters?
I don't know, probably.
I did, and I have all my certificates here, and I even oh my gosh, I have my individual educational plan from 9D.
Oh my gosh.
Try not to read it.
I think I have that put away somewhere. It was like a progress report, innit, or something like that.
Yeah, and my end of year report. And I also have my targets. Why did I only pick the year 9 ones? I have no idea. Oh, and I have my I've got my summer GCSE results from so I got a B and a C, English English language, English literature was a C, maths was a D, but then I got a C in I think I got a C at the end of the actual thing.
Oh, that's good.
Science double was a C, art don't remember what that was. Anyway, take that off. And I also have this newspaper thingy.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
I think I only kept it because I have pictures of me here.
That was the year below us.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, look, there's Ryan.
I mean, it's quite small. I can't really see it.
All right, well.
I mean, for the listeners, she's showing me
all right.
an old newspaper from our secondary school. It's showing like old school people.
We might have to cut this bit out. So I have Patrick's mess with hair.
I'm not cutting anything.
Why?
Oh my gosh, Miss Tapper.
Yeah. Oh, and this guy would always be at the gate.
Patrick.
Oh, I remember.
Oh yeah. She's showing me one of the security guards.
Look.
It was a black guy. I mean, the majority of our school was black people, to be fair.
Look, I got asthma.
Oh my gosh, it's asthma. Oh,
yeah.
That's so nice.
This picture.
Oh, there's you, Carla.
This picture was what got me famous.
Yeah, it's a picture of Carla in like a secondary school uniform
with
playing
trumpet.
the trumpet.
Ugh, my eyebrows.
Because you had to have a certain amount of like when you were choosing the instrument that you was gonna play, they told you to test it out first, and you had with the trumpet you had to like pierce your lips, and I could never
I don't remember them.
pierce my lips in the right way.
I don't remember that.
Well, they did that for us.
I just remember that
we had to like.
They gave us a paper, and then you could choose. Oh, I think we did get to go around each instrument.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah, oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh, Warren.
Is this the one you Shanice?
Warren. Yeah, that's her. so might have to blur out the names.
Okay, blur out that name too, though.
Nikisha was nice. Nikisha's the other one in the picture.
Oh.
She has a YouTube channel as well. But I mean, I'm sure it's fine. They won't watch. Oh my gosh, she's showing me a picture of this
My old crush.
guy that she used to have a crush on.
You blur that out.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't say the name though.
Yeah. Did I tell you that we had when I went to Patricia's side of Portugal, I think this was in 2013, no, 14, with my parents as well.
Oh yeah, you told me he messaged you.
Yeah, we spoke back and forth maybe the whole summer at that time. But didn't go into nothing anyway.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and then years passed, yeah, his brother messaged me and he was trying to get to me. And I was really disappointed because I always thought he was a gentleman.
Oh, wow.
I always thought his.
But he's a hoe. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but you know the time when our friend liked him, he really seemed like a gentleman. Like he wouldn't like anybody.
I mean, this is years later, no?
Yeah, but I thought he would still be the same, you know. But then again, I didn't even know him personally. I'm just saying what my impression I got from him when he was just walking around the corridor, for example. So it's not, probably doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But look, here I am with Jessica and me. You probably can't see. Was it this picture? Yeah. So this is Jessica.
Small.
Yeah, this is Jessica, and she's holding my hand. I'm right next to her. Probably won't be able to see.
Aww, so nice.
Anyway, we should visit.
Where?
We should visit the school.
Oh my gosh, I haven't visited in since I left.
I only visited there when I went to get my art stuff, and that was some weeks maybe before our last day there. So it wasn't that. It was hard. And then Mr. Oh, I forgot his name. The guy that had glasses, the black, skinny. He's skinny. He was our height kinda, and he would always be in assemblies, and he was like tough, but he was also fun. I forgot his name. He was.
Don't remember.
I think.
Did he have like a gold grill or something?
A gold.
A gold tooth.
He was bald. Are you not talking about Mr. Edwards with gold
I
tooth?
don't know that.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know.
He told me and Sheila to come back to make an assembly for the other year about leaving school and college. We didn't come back.
Oh yeah, one of those. Yeah.
I wanted to do
like,
it. But...
when someone else did it.
Yeah. Really? Someone else did it?
Yeah, you know.
He went.
Like, he was the guy with
Yeah, I remember. I know. So he went back to school.
He went and did it.
Aww.
Yeah, I think he was like telling the younger people not to be in a relationship whilst in education.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, don't be in a relationship whilst you're in secondary school. But when I heard that, I was like, you were in a relationship in secondary school.
Maybe that's why he's saying that.
I'm sure, I can't remember what grades he got though, but he got like B's and A's and stuff, I think.
But he probably thought to himself he could have done better if he wasn't in a relationship. He would have had more time to revise and stuff.
True.
But like a lot of advice that our
I think
teachers...
it all depends on what you do with it though.
Yeah, but a lot of the advice we've gotten before leaving was... Some of it was a bit exaggerating. You know how they said that in uni?
Yeah, it was.
In uni, your tutors wouldn't care, your lecturers wouldn't care if you wouldn't go, and they wouldn't insist on you or anything like that. That's all a lie. I mean, at least in my part, all of my lecturers were always like, do this, do that. You know, they were always very into it.
Yeah.
And the other lie they said,
everything.
Yeah, the other lie they said, well, it wasn't really a lie, but they like discourage us to not follow our friends. But for me, that was that was really that. I don't even want to go there. It was just, I wish I followed someone, you know, because I was, oh my gosh, it just felt so lonely, and actually went to, I feel like I probably had those first stages of probably like actual depression and stuff, because it just, because first of all, I was just in education, and I wasn't doing something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It was just things that I managed to get. And then second, I was just alone in a foreign place, and I was, ugh. Sometimes I wish I could have just gone to SFX or something. Oh, it was terrible. It just felt really bad. But then when I got to year 13, I felt comfortable being alone. But then got to year 12, and all her friends are doing other stuff or whatnot, so now she wanted to be with me, but that I wanted to be alone. Because I was so used to being alone. It just felt weird.
You felt comfortable.
Yeah, because she would distract me and I wouldn't do my work and stuff, so it felt really hard. And uni as well. This is what, like, because when I went to my sixth form, I did make a friend this first day, because she also was new there. Because this sixth form is connected to a secondary school, so everybody else already knew each other. They already had their groups and stuff, just like us in secondary school.
Yeah.
So it was hard to like get, even if you did get in, they would talk about things like, oh, do you remember this teacher and all? You'd just be like, I didn't experience that with you guys.
Yeah, you'd be like,
you'd feel left out.
Basically.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't want to bother getting into existing groups. So then that friend, I thought me and her would hang out. And then the next day, yeah, she's friends with all these people already. And like, oh, what the hell? So forget about that. That's gone. Aww. So that's why I kind of gave up. And that happened the same thing in uni. I tried to make a friend with this person, and then she left me to other people. She didn't, I don't know why, she didn't like me. Aww. I try my best. That's why it's just, I'm not good at making new friends, so forget it. Forget about uni, clubbing, and all that was lies.
Uni's another topic to talk about another day.
Yeah, sorry.
We could talk about uni another episode.
Yeah, sorry, I went overboard. Sorry, I got too carried away. Go on. Next one.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Like, uni was an experience, you know. I will further elaborate in the next video or another video.
And sixth form.
In another video.
God.
Yeah, sixth.
Go on.
But yeah, that's literally everything.
Really?
Everything I wanted to talk about. You talked about. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about actually. I wanted to talk about the lessons that we learn in secondary school, like taking all our experiences, good and bad, ugly and sad, you know. Are there any lessons that we've taken? And also, if someone's entering secondary school, or if you've been to secondary school and you've had those traumas of, I don't know, like bullying, or, you know, feeling like you're alone, how do you get through that, I guess? How do you get through that?
Well, if you're experiencing bullying, then talk to teachers, your parents. You don't keep it in, okay? Do not keep it in, okay? Don't be scared of anybody saying, oh, I'm gonna beat you up if you tell a teacher.
I'm gonna beat you up.
Just do it, okay? Because that's all blah, blah, blah. They're all just bluffing. And even if they're capable of doing that, and that happens, whatever, at least you try to help yourself. And if the teachers are shit, like some of us were, you gotta tell your parents. If your parents don't try their best in like pressuring the teachers to help you out or whatever, yeah, you gotta learn to fight for yourself. I didn't need to get to that extent, but if you need to, just do it, because what's the point, you know? okay, you're gonna get some bruises and it's gonna hurt, but at least you tried. You defended yourself. You should. I'm not trying to say that violence is good, but if the
yeah.
if teachers or if teachers or parents won't do anything for you, what else are you going to do? Call the police? Like, okay, do that then. And if they don't do anything, then yeah, just start using your fists, innit?
Yeah.
Because
I don't think police would do anything, to be fair.
yeah. So
They'll
that
just
sucks.
be like, oh, just wait, build a case or something, probably.
Yeah. So if all the adults fail on you, you just gotta help yourself. Because, you know, and if you get in trouble, then just make sure. I mean, I don't know if they would care, but you could say, you could look at that CCTV camera and see how he was messing with me first, or you could give a full report. Don't talk back or anything like that. Just respond to them exactly how it was. And if they're still against you, then oh well, at least you tried and you're calm. You said your side of what happened. Or you could like get like people to watch, like not really your friend, not really your close friends, but friends that find it unfair and would like to help you out. Because if you use your close friends, they would think they're lying for you. You know, they would think, oh, they're just saying that they did it out of self-defense because they're your friend. They're not gonna betray you. So there's also that. And other life lesson is when you start year 7 or you go to new school, make sure you have like, you want to be genuine about who you are. Like, don't start faking, or don't
be yourself.
Don't make people have bad impressions on you like I did. Like, be careful with your face expressions. One thing, be careful of your face expressions. People thought I was rude because
if you have a resting bitch face, remember to smile and then go back to your resting bitch face.
Don't really smile that much because people are gonna think you're a freaky. If you're like, hi, 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 no, you don't have to do that.
How's
just
it
like,
going? How are you?
Yeah, just like when someone looks at you, you just like a short smile, like, I'm nice, I'm nice. Oh, and try to glow up a bit. Like,
it's very hard.
Try and change yourself a bit.
It's very hard to. Did you say glow up?
Yeah, like try and change your appearance. If you're not happy with how you look, you can change it. Like, for example, you know, in primary school, I meant like the one we went to school with. In primary school, she looked completely different to how she looked in year 7, because she did something with her hair and then she started to put like makeup and you know, she changed a lot. So, guys, you don't have to change
but then
who
that's
you are.
like still like.
No, it's not really changing
that's
who you
still
are.
a bit
It's just
subjective because there's people like.
What? For example, if you don't like,
I feel like it's subjective because we like talk at the same time. Yeah. We're twins.
If you don't like, if you have a unibrow and you don't like it, you take it right away. Okay, use that. Or there's many places that do it. You know, Streatham, there's a place, I don't know where. It's did it like for £3 or something.
Oh, you talking about?
Go there and do it. Yeah, any like thing you don't like, take it off, because beauty subjective, yeah. But look at trends. Like, what is most trendy? Like, what type of hairstyle, or how would you look good? All that stuff. I'm not saying for you to change yourself. I'm saying for you to look better and look different, even if you look different a little bit. Because at the end of the day, when they start to know you, when they start to get to know you and stuff, you can go back to how you feel more comfortable with. It's not a lie, because it's still your face anyway. It's not like you went to go get plastic surgery. Just saying.
I don't know. I feel like it's subjective because like
I don't.
Time,
everybody thought was pretty, and others.
But it's like in our time, yeah. Everyone liked the the slim person, like the person who's slim and like does this and that. And now it's like everyone likes the thick, like the big butt, big boobs. Like, well, not everyone, but like like that's the thing. That's the thing that's going. Like people used to like mock you for like in K-pop. now all of a sudden like K-pop's a thing, and you know you got like young girls dancing like, oh, have you heard about like,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
that's what I'm saying though. That's trends.
like,
They gotta look at the trends. If they look at the trends, like what type of hair is in style, what makeup is in style now, what type of body, you can't do anything about that unless you can lose weight or whatever.
yeah.
It's just trends. You just look at trends and make sure you're okay. Like, yeah. And I
But that's
kept
the thing. I
yeah.
feel like if people didn't like you in year 7, and you changed yourself so that you think, oh, this is what will make someone like me, rather than you being yourself. Whether that's them thinking
No,
you're
no, no.
a bitch, or what you thinking you're a bitch at that time, or you know, whatever. I don't think you'd be the same Carla I'm talking to right now.
No, that's not
I
what
don't think so.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that from the start, you have an image of your looks, and you go there open-minded. I didn't say to change your personality. I said go there
Oh,
open-minded.
just like try new things.
And no, and be careful, because just be careful, because I wasn't careful, and then everybody started saying weird stuff because I didn't control my face, or I would say something that for me didn't
Okay.
sound rude. You gotta be careful what you
Okay, I
say,
get you. Yeah, yeah.
how you look. I'm not saying for you
Yeah,
to change. I'm just saying looks. Change it if you're not comfortable with how you look. Change it if you're not comfortable. You, not everyone. I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about you. Like, I'm not saying that if that person.
She's talking about you, the listener,
Yeah.
and you, the audience.
I'm
that's
not talking about if the other person says, "Oh, you would look nice with a ponytail," and you would change it to ponytail just because of that person. No. I mean, if you like the idea, then do it. Yeah. But I'm saying that if you like your hair in a ponytail, then you put it in a ponytail. And, just do whatever. But try to be in the trends if you don't want to look too bad. It's not that bad anyway. It's not that hard. But don't change yourself too much. Just a little tick here and there, and it won't do anybody harm. Like my eyebrows. Do you think this is how I usually was? No. I changed it. And it's not because I got bullied for it. It's because I also found myself ugly. But they also played a big part. But it's because I never liked them. So, yeah. And my teeth, okay, if you had an issue with something that you can't really change, I mean, I was able to change. So I had this like big gaps here, but there's braces, and I actually still have a brace.
If you're listening, she's talking about having gaps in her teeth.
Sorry, yeah. But you see about trends. Oh, and don't deliberately make gaps on your teeth. But trends. After I graduated, there were plenty of models out there with teeth just like how mine was in school.
The Maybelline lady. I remember. Yeah.
She was. I think one of her posters
but even
one of her posters was in our bus stop right in front of our school, and I was like, what the hell?
Oh my gosh. But even the Maybelline lady, she has no gap anymore. Like, she closed the gap in her teeth.
Why? That was like her attractive point.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's how I recognized
that's what I was
her.
thinking. I saw her in a new thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, the Maybelline lady with the gap in her teeth, she closed it.
I'm sure it's the same lady, because she could have changed it. She could have been someone else. Because a lot of white models all look bloody the same. They just dye their hair and whatnot and makeup.
Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. But I remember, maybe it wasn't her, but I remember she closed. I feel like she closed it. I don't know who, or maybe her teeth grew in, like the back teeth. Because I used to have a gap in my teeth, but my wisdom teeth came in, and then.
No. Isn't she too old for that though? Isn't she already old to get new teeth?
Yeah, we're going off topic.
Sorry. And I would just like to mention that my
Um,
camera has turned off
Mm.
for a while, so there's no footage of me for a
Oh
bit.
no! Why
Yeah.
didn't you tell me before?
You know, when I
'Cause
was like,
mine's been like, when it gets
when I was doing this.
when it gets to like 30 minutes, mine cuts off.
No, there's no more space in my camera. That's why I should have took all the videos, but I only took. I took like 20. I left like 5. Sorry. I should have said something so you could probably record me from here, but sorry. It hasn't been that long, trust me. Okay, let's just continue. Sorry.
We've been talking for almost 2 hours.
No, but it's been no, it hasn't. It's recorded all that except to when we were talking about appearance, advice of school. Yeah.
Oh, okay, the morals.
So yeah.
Okay.
So it hasn't been that long.
But yeah, that's everything I really want to talk about. To be fair, my moral is fuck everyone in secondary school, unless they're your close friends. They don't mean shit. That's just it. End of story. Unless they're your friends, all the hurtful words that they may say to you over the 5 years that you're there, it doesn't mean anything because at the end of the day, most of them they're gonna have babies and like their groups aren't even gonna be friends anymore. And I shouldn't even say this. I should be supportive, but no. You know, be close to your friends, the ones who generally have your back, and don't take them for granted because you know it's good to know that you have them there in any struggle or any um, situation that you may come across. Like I'm sure if you look back in your 5 years, like in my 5 years, like we've had so many memories and so many ups and downs and you know how we all supported each other, like you said about your artwork and stuff. Like we're in it together, as
Yeah.
a team, as a squad. So, I mean, it's kind of a shame we're not a squad anymore, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, it's like a lot of it's what a lot of adults say though. We go our own ways, so
yeah.
and we lose touch, we lose contact with each other.
Mm.
Although we have social media, but yeah.
So, but yeah, so lessons. I hope you take something from this podcast today, and hopefully it'll be useful to you if you're in that situation, or if you know you've been through that situation, you can relate. And I hope you enjoyed the stories that we have provided for you guys. Hopefully it
Yeah.
interests you, entertains you. Thank you for
We
listening.
should share this with secondary school page.
Oh my gosh.
With Stockholm podcast.
Oh my gosh, just put it in my old Facebook where I'm like friends with everyone.
And we could bleep out the names and they could guess who it is. That would be cool. Like, listen to our podcast and guess who we're talking about.
Oh my god. Yeah. But no, thank you for listening. Thank you if you are listening. Thank you for
Can I say
supporting
an
the
ending?
podcast. Okay, go on.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll go first and you go and okay. I'd just like to say thank you, Stephanie, for having me here, and I'm sorry my camera turned off, and I'm sorry for going off topic, and I'm sorry for speaking so fast. This is my first podcast, and I'm really nervous, and I had a lot to say because when you talk about such things, it gets me excited, and there's a lot of things to say, and I'm sorry for sometimes cutting you off. A lot of times I was cutting you off.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for cutting you off as well. Because I feel like we like talk at the same time.
Yeah.
Like even when we stopped talking,
yeah,
we both talked at the same time.
Because we both like who's gonna we stop so the other person can speak, but then we don't know who's gonna speak.
That's digital.
And I feel
for
like
you.
this might be a bit exactly. I was just gonna say that I feel like sometimes what I was saying was a bit went slow to you. Sometimes I would say something and you would
Yeah.
react slow, so the internet is a bit thingy. Other times, I feel like we just need to be face to face so we can like tap each other, like you go, you go, you go. Because sometimes when we stop
Yeah.
for the other person to speak, we both stop and we don't know who's gonna go. So, oh, human
Yeah.
interaction is quite
Yeah.
important, I see. But yeah, so thank
Yeah.
you, and yeah, please check all her other podcasts. And I'm so thankful for being here. And I'm looking at the camera when it's turned off, don't know why. And yeah, check Music Zero Alexa, and I will let Stephanie do the rest.
Plug.
Your turn.
But yeah, check Music Zero Alexa on YouTube, also on YouTube and Instagram. She needs to post more covers on Instagram.
Yeah, I should work on that more.
But yeah, she's been a great guest, and I feel I could talk more like this. I'm sure this has been like 2 hours. I can talk more because I feel more comfortable when I'm talking with her, and I'm talking. I didn't even start like anything. I said my points, and like,
I did.
I got my points across. Yeah, like I said, hopefully it will help you. Hopefully it will. You'll take some advice from it. If you're already outside of secondary school already, like you've been done secondary school. I know it's quarantine and stuff, so I'm sure exams are cancelled. I'm so sorry for you guys if you're listening. And you are in secondary school. Also, if you're in sixth form, because sixth form, I think they cancelled exams as well. And uni, I think they postponed uni as well. So all of that, glad I'm out of education right now. But all of that,
Same.
I hope you find a way to get your degree or get your grades or get your A level or college degree diploma. I hope you've taken the stories we've given you and use them to the best of your ability. Comment down in the wow. Comment down below any high school. Wow. Comment down below.
Americanized.
Comment down below any experiences you have had from secondary school. I would really like to read them or hear them or look at them. Any experiences, I will be replying to them also. Yeah, thank you for listening. This is the Talking with Steph podcast. I'm signing out. Woo! Signing out. And thank you so much. Oh yeah, almost forgot.
Thank you for having me.
I almost forgot. Follow the Twitter page, Talking with Steph, and the Instagram page, Talking with Steph. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. And follow, I think it's follow on SoundCloud. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get it on Spotify, which is easier. But we'll see. Yeah. Bye.
The quote.
Huh?
The quote. You said something
Oh
about
yeah, I
quote.
still haven't thought of the quote. It will come. It will come. It will come with time. You got a quote, Carla?
No. No.
Okay. Thank you for listening and bye.
Bye.